Soon I will be done with the trouble of the world, troubles of the world. What is creativity? And can anyone be an artist? Or is it more like being born like an introvert? You know, you can kind of act like an extrovert, but it'll never feel quite right. Honestly, I think I have to do some deeper research to figure that one out. But in the meantime, let me know what you think in the comments. I've always seen artists as the translators or mediators of the world. So when I stumbled onto one of the discussions of the Canadian clinical psychologist Jordan Peterson on YouTube, it really resonated with me. According to Jordan, artists are continuously interpreting the world around them and turning chaos into order. This means that they're living on the edge of chaos, making it easy to fall over the edge. But does this mean that all artists are doomed and creativity only stems from chaos? If you look at creativity as a problem-solving skill, then it becomes easy to see that without problems, creativity is not necessary. And when there is pain in the world, artists tend to want to soften that pain through their art. I can only share from my personal experience, but when I heard Jordan's words, it hit me. Like, that explains why in my art I always feel like I'm on the verge of darkness. It's almost like I absorb all the pains of the world and try to make sense of it all, and try to shine some light on it by sharing the hope and peace. Sometimes I'll use my written words that I have yet to publish one day, or through my photographs or my YouTube videos on both this channel and my Curacao Curious channel. But where my creativity thrives most is in my acting. I always seem to be drawn to the roles that make you dive deep into the troubles of the human psyche. Like that of someone who's on the verge of losing their mind completely. Or maybe someone who suffered a great loss. Because that's where I find that I have the most to offer. But on the other hand, I also think that you can make beautiful art when you're inspired by love and beauty and positive things in life. And I believe that creativity is something very personal to every individual artist. And yet still, there is something about pain that seems to drive us, like nothing else, to create beautiful art that penetrates the heart of many. And maybe that has to do with the fact that people are more receptive to art, more in need of exploring their emotions through art when they're going through something painful, if that makes sense. I mean, honestly, I would love to hear your thoughts on this. So feel free to let me know in the comments what you think is the driving force behind creativity. What drives the artist? And are artists always miserable? Or does misery create better art than happiness? In that same discussion, Jordan Peterson also claims this quote: "Creative people die when they're not being creative. They wither on the vine." I cannot believe how much that statement resonates with me. I mean, that's exactly how I feel when I can't find an outlet for my creative energies. And I don't mean just doing some arts and craftsy project, but making something that has meaning for you. It's like when I can't express myself through acting, when there are not enough opportunities in theater or film, and in Curacao, there's rarely an acting opportunity. I feel like a fish out of water. I feel completely agonized. It also kind of explains why we choose to become an artist when we could, well, choose to be a more productive member of society. Because being an artist often means a life lived in turmoil, because art rarely makes money. So those are my thoughts on art right now and my struggles with creativity. I would love it if you shared your thoughts as well. I'm very curious to hear about what you think about creativity. There's an interesting book that I found on the subject of creativity. I think I might give it a read to further explore this enigma, that is creativity. It is called Flow and the Psychology of Discovery and Invention. So just maybe we'll get back to this subject in the form of a book review. Kinda depends how the reading goes. Do you have any particular struggles with your creativity? I would love to hear so in the comments. Remember to subscribe if you don't want to miss out on my life explorations. Have a beautiful day. Passa dushi dia. That's it. We're out. In that same discussion, Jordan Peterson, if you look at creativity as a Hello. Ooh. So when I stumbled onto what is a mosquito on my teleprompter. Bzz. 1 second. Okay, now there's 2 mosquitoes rummaging around my teleprompter. Bloody hell, I say bloody hell.